Hello and welcome to a video episode of the Microsoft Megabyte Podcast. Yeah, that's right. We're breaking new ground today, everyone. I'm actually being told that this is the very first video podcast ever done, ever. And now I'm being told that that's absolutely not true, obviously. In fact, we've done video episodes of this very podcast in the past, but that's fine. This one will probably be the best, I assume. If you are currently listening and you would like to also see some shimmering, shining faces today, head on over to youtube.com/expertzone and you'll find the video episode right there. Hey, guess what? Today, we've wrangled a crew of Microsoft master trainers, none other than Kyle Van Sant, Alex Humble, and Tony Hannity's, to discuss the latest Microsoft news, updates, and to talk about your comments on our social media platforms. We want to start doing more of that comment response. So, hey, let's get moving. Hello, gentlemen. How's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Brian.
What kind of comments you got for us today, Brian? What kind of comments you got?
No, I'm just looking at your faces and trying to figure out how to do a video episode like this. So I'm supposed to just look at you. I look at you and then we talk like a conversation. What's the hand signal we make when like you want to talk or I'm going on too long? Like we need to agree right now. I want this.
That's a
You
bird
bark
chirp.
like a
Oh,
dog.
we're doing audio signals?
Or butterflies.
I think that I don't think video is our medium, gentlemen. I think that maybe we should just talk about Microsoft stuff instead. So we want to do more of these episodes where we just do sort of a little roundup. We're not going to talk about 700,000 different stories, but let's talk about what is in the news and how it pertains to anyone out there, whether you're just a passionate user of Microsoft products or you're representing, selling it, and you want a better context on what's going on in the world. So I think we've each come with a couple things to talk about. Alex, you're a hyper nerd. What did you come with today?
That's right. The exciting world of updates. That's what I chose. No, to Brian's point. So we're looking through all of our social content. One of the things people are asking a lot was around Surface Duo 1 and Android 11 updates. So Duo 1 and Duo 2, they're supported for 3 years by Microsoft for updates. So as of, February 1st, the last sort of locked phones to AT&T, they are getting a 2.3 gig update that includes Android 11. Yeah, it's a big update. Push out over the air, and they're going to get a bunch of new little quality of life improvements, things that have improved animations, just the look and feel of Android on Duo, and then a ton of other settings. But I'm guessing you probably don't want me to read a change list here, but suffice to say, it's a lot of little stuff. It's nice.
Is it changelog hour?
It's changelog hour.
Never that hour.
That's my podcast where I just read change logs.
You would don't laugh.
It.
Don't encourage him. He will start.
I'll do it.
Yes, good. Android 11. So that is, for those of us using the Surface Duo 2, we've been loving Android 11, of course, for a while now. And for anyone out there who has it, it's obviously a big deal. It is a very modern experience. So it's nice to see that a previous generation device like the Surface Duo 1 is getting that massive update, because we try to talk a lot about how if you look at all the Surface family, you'll see just how well supported they are throughout the years. How many times do we encounter someone online throughout one of our comments who says like that they're watching our stream or something on a Surface Pro 4?
Sure.
You know, it's just they're still in use and they're still performing, and I think this is just sort of part of that story in the mobile space.
So continuing with some of the other updates, because Brian, there's more changes. There's so many changes. So with the Surface, with our Surface devices, we had the Surface Audio app, which I think most of us, at least on this call, have used. We've all got Surface devices going now in our ears. With the Surface Audio app, it lets you change like equalizer, all different tones, update the firmware. It was nice. But there was also a separate app that did things like, pressure sensitivity and further Surface updates. They've combined that now into one app, which is just the Surface app. So it makes it easier, sort of that one-stop shop for not only audio, pen, but device and driver updates as well. So that's a nice little feature.
Great. Unifying those settings into one Surface app, easier for people to understand and find.
Right.
Good. Okay, cool. Those are some pretty robust, nerdy updates.
Mm-hmm.
You really delivered on your brand promise there, Alex.
Thank you.
Delivered.
Thanks so much.
Kyle, let's see. What are you? What's your brand?
I want to nip at the update heels of Alex J. Humble.
All right, Kyle's the nipper. Here we go. Nip it up.
I got some Windows 11 updates. If you are an insider, a Windows insider, and you are in the release channel, you're not a dev or a beta person, you like to play it safe, but you still want to get new stuff before it's widely released to the general public, boy howdy, on January 26th, we announced that Android apps are available for anyone who's a Windows Insider. It's still not fully available for everybody, but the fact that it's in that now general release channel for Windows Insiders means it's coming soon. I've seen some videos of it. I no longer have any Insider devices myself because I want to be where the people are.
I knew it. I knew that.
I knew he was gonna do
you're
that.
going to get us taken down again.
We had
Once
to
again.
say it.
And we're done with that part.
Wait, what is that? So what
I
is-
like to.
Kyle, what does that mean? What's the ultimate vision there, or what people can expect, perhaps best case scenario for what that means for just everyday users?
I've sought out video of it so I could see it in action. What this means is that from the Microsoft Store, where you get apps and games and entertainment, you will be able to now get a portal to the Amazon App Store, which is a library of Android apps. Now, for people on the Insider Preview, they're seeing about 50 to 60 different apps in there, a lot of games, a lot of fundamental things like the Kindle app for all of those books people have bought for their e-readers. Now they can have access on their Windows 11 devices through that native Kindle app. We expect that once it's fully launched, more and more Android apps will be available, but it's just launching for the tech-heavy nerds in the audience. When you install that, it's adding a Windows subsystem for Android, the same way that Linux users have a Windows subsystem for Linux to access that.
Right.
That's all on
Hold
the
on
back
one second.
end. Yep.
Everyone else, are we all quite impressed that Kyle just rattled off those terms seemingly without much effort?
Yeah, he didn't
it
bat
is
an eye.
impressive. It's
Yeah.
the second time he's
He
done
must
it.
have practiced in front of a mirror for
Windows
the past hour.
subsystem for Android. I mean, that's
Linux.
yeah. I didn't know he was capable of
He even
saying the word
said
Linux.
Linux.
That's
I
incredible.
almost thought he was going to say Linux. But Kyle,
you know.
I have a
Yeah.
genuine question for you. So this is actually utilizing the Intel bridge, right? So is this going to also work on AMD machines or primarily Intel machines?
It should work on any Windows 11 machines, even Qualcomm machines. I've heard it
Oh,
working
wow.
fine, even on
That's good.
Wow.
Surface Pro X devices with that unique hardware. So it should not be processor specific.
Let's just get all Microsoft fanboy for just a second and just talk about what that is sort of signaling to us and to all the users out there. For like, we have these awesome, amazing portable devices. I just did an unboxing of this HP 11 tablet PC. So it's this beautiful form factor, right? That can do all these cool things. It has this kickstand that lets you use it in portrait mode, which is awesome. And then with the kind of things that Kyle is just talking about, this just becomes a total tablet experience when you need it to be. A complete, uninhibited tablet experience when it's running those native apps that you're used to running on your phone anyway. This then becomes that desktop class PC running Windows 11 plus the mobile experiences that you've come to love. I mean, these now become truly companion devices that can become your one and all. It's really pretty exciting horizon that we're on.
Yeah, it's cool that your main device can be your companion device.
Yeah.
You just have the one Windows 11 machine that's doing it all. But stay tuned. We'll probably have major release announcements for Android apps across general release of Windows 11 sooner rather than later, along with some other cool stuff that we'll talk about in the future.
Great. Okay, was that your update?
That was my Windows 11 update.
Very nice.
We need to come up with a jingle for it.
Yeah.
We'll do it by the end of this episode. Tony, so you and I talk about gaming. You've been on the podcast a couple times just to talk Xbox gaming, whether it's consoles, PC,
Games.
Game Pass, software, games,
Lots of
titles,
games.
So we've gone down that road many times, and we'll have you back soon to talk more, because you also wear another hat on our team, which is you are really in tune and dialed in with, I know it sounds cliche, but you are dialed into the social. The social media outlets that we use. You're the
Social
first one to
roundup.
tell us about when one of our videos is doing great or when one of them should be removed because it's so terrible. And
Yes.
Brian, you didn't get
Brian,
the tone
you
right.
didn't
Brian.
do it good
You
enough.
Brian,
You didn't
don't
do
know
it
what
good
a
enough. You
hashtag
didn't do
is.
it well enough.
We've heard it. We've
Yeah.
heard it, and we're fine. We've recovered. We've had some conversations, and now we're good. But what we wanted to start doing, and I think this was your idea, we wanted to start doing, whether on a podcast or on some sort of video, comment responses, which is such a
Right.
big deal across
Yeah.
different platforms. Like taking, what are people saying about our stuff? What are some questions that are so good or so at least broadly interesting that other people should hear what the answers to those questions are? So let's just take like a couple examples.
Having comments is imperative with our job because we're not seeing people face to face anymore. Most of our job is remote, and we get other feedback in other forms, but getting feedback almost immediately through comments is really useful for us to know how we should gear our future videos. But also, if our video wasn't clear, right? You know, we're human. Sometimes we skip a beat.
Three of us are.
Not so much you, but you know, sometimes we skip a piece and we think, this is pretty obvious, but no, it's not always obvious to everybody. So we have a few comments that we just want to call out. And we're just gonna go down the line. So this is from an individual from 2 weeks ago, and they say,
let's be honest, Tony, they're all from individuals.
They are from individuals.
It's not a collective hive mind.
Well, you don't know that.
What if it's the board?
You don't know that.
That's true. We don't know that.
But from this commenter, I don't like Windows 11. I really don't.
Delete your account, commenter.
I want to stay with. I want to stay with Windows 10, but I won't be getting any more security updates. How sad is that?
Okay, good. Yeah, that's honestly, you know, I'm sure everyone out there listening, you can expect that when you're doing stuff like a podcast or a video from Microsoft, that you're going to see a lot of comments like this.
Sure,
you know, that are just what. But I think let's assume good intentions by this commenter. Let's assume that they're very serious about it and that they mean what they say and they're not just being a troll. So let's address it. I don't like Windows 11. I really don't. I want to stay with Windows 10, but I'm not going to be getting our security updates. How sad is that? Kyle, what happens in your body when you hear a comment like this?
You could probably see it if you're watching this podcast on video.
It hurts.
I shrunk. But then I don't think this person's a troll at all. Their third sentence is, I want to stay with Windows 10. The Windows 10 is doing something that they like, whether it's just something they're familiar with or they just really like it. But it's the second part. I won't be getting any more security updates. That's the part we can help with. Because, yes, you will be. While major feature updates are probably going to now be focused primarily on Windows 11, patches, bug fixes, and security updates will come to Windows 10 for several more years. We've announced the end of support date for Windows 10, and it's October 14th, 2025. So you have several more years of enjoying Windows 10 safely and securely. We haven't thrown everyone using Windows 10 out into the Wild West, out to the wolves just yet. You've got plenty of time to use Windows 10 securely before that end of support date. So if you want to stay with Windows 10, by all means, you totally can.
I feel like this knee-jerk reaction happens a lot for the public too. Like when we launched even when we launched Windows 10, like people just didn't want to do it because it's something new. So I would love to have a conversation with this individual to say, how much time have you actually put into Windows 11? Or, utilize the selling skills of, okay, what do you like of Windows 10? Why don't you think honestly, that won't be available in Windows 11?
Exactly. I mean, from each of you, can you think of a compelling reason why you wouldn't? And let's take off our Microsoft hat for a second. Honestly, just as people, can you think of a reason why you would want to stick with Windows 10 and not after having used Windows 11 for months now? I'm struggling to come up with a reason why, if only this one thing was the same as it used to be.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is moving the taskbar.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sure.
That's it.
Mine is also taskbar related. It's having the date and time on a second monitor. Right now, it only appears on your primary monitor.
That's right. You're right.
Things,
I'm looking at that.
Didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice that.
Cared about
now I'm not going to unsee that, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle. We were all happy.
Hey, both of these things we just mentioned have been brought up in the feedback app, which is built into Windows 11. And if you haven't mentioned it yet, and that's something that's important to you, bring it up. I would bet safe money that change will come to a future update to Windows 11 because so many people are saying.
One of the nice things about that user voice is you can actually see they respond in there too. So if you go to their user voice, you can see like, hey, we're working on this, or hey, we did it. And that's how oftentimes we find out that things got upgraded. Right. And that's why. It's pretty cool to see the engineering teams respond to those requests.
Then on the flip side of that coin, so we came up with a couple let's be honest, somewhat trivial reasons why someone might not want to upgrade to Windows 11. But on the flip side, the reasons why you would like to upgrade to Windows 11, commenter, it's just how do you even explain what it feels like to be in Windows 11 after being in Windows 10?
The notification sound. That's how you explain it. Just listen to that one notification
sound.
sound.
It is genuinely a ground.
Yes.
It's just such a smoother
It's more refined. Like that's what it feels like to me. Like
polished.
Windows 10 felt like a much more refined version of Windows 7 with, of course, Windows 8 elements mixed in. Windows 11 just feels kind of like polished.
Yep.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Thanks, guys. Checks are in the mail.
Tony, back to the comment mailbag.
So this is a really good one. I feel like it's going to require a lot of us to dig deep here.
Okay.
It's an individual about 3 weeks ago. What is the point of this product?
Now, they're looking at, you could guess, I suppose, call right in, tell us your guesses, but they're looking at a Microsoft Bluetooth keyboard, and they're asking, what is the point of this product? It is a little funny. Maybe there's a specific thing that they're referring to in the video. I'm not sure, but I'm going to respond with what one of the commenters responded, and it's great. It's to input text by pressing on the keys. And yes, indeed,
I think that
right.
pretty much. I think
that sums it up right there.
Yeah.
Maybe they were sort of low key selling another Windows 11 feature with how great dictation is. What's the point of having a keyboard in it?
Right.
They just forgot to add that second part.
It gets really easy, like when you're watching these YouTube videos, to focus in because we do so much on this one product. It's just one of tons of products that Microsoft make that do that input text by pressing on keys. So if this maybe slim keyboard is not right for this commenter, there's tons more that they could go with.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I could totally see someone looking at this and maybe searching up on YouTube keyboard to use on Xbox. And maybe for some reason this popped up. This will not work on your Xbox. Right. By that, yes, that makes sense. What is the point of this product? It's not going to work on my Xbox.
I think every once in a while it's entertaining to talk about these comments that come in like this that just sort of be like that seem like total left fielders, and so have a nice little laugh about it, and we'll move on. Any other comments we want to? I know we're running out of time, but what else, Tony?
Running out of time, but there is one question, and this question actually is kind of it comes up in multiple forms from different people. Starts off with, I have a question. So thank you. If I buy 12 months gold, so this is about Xbox Live Gold for Xbox. So if I buy 12 months gold card and it gives me 4 months Ultimate Game Pass, after the 4 months of Game Pass, will my 12 months gold subscription continue or will it disappear?
What time will the trains arrive in Kansas City?
If one starts at 2 p.m.
and one
is going at 72.9 miles an hour. No,
bullet point the situation again.
So you got 12 months of Xbox Live Gold. They want to convert it to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
I mean, that's the key word, is conversion.
The conversion from Xbox Live Gold to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, it converts it to 4 months. So this individual is wondering, so after the 4 months, what am I to do? Does it just carry on the rest? Because when this individual looks at the two options, like, well, I'm missing out 8 months. There's no way that I'm losing out on 8 months when I had a full 12 months. Now I'm only going to get 4 months of use out of this subscription. Well, yes. The short answer of it is yeah. It's the way that the conversion is not a 1-to-1. You're not going to get 1 month of Game Pass from 1 month of Xbox Live Gold. That just unfortunately not how it works.
It's almost like saying when I bring my $1 to another country, to the non-US country, why aren't I getting my exact $1 in their local currency? Because there is that conversion.
There's that conversion, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, putting back the Microsoft hat, putting back the Xbox hat, what I can spin it on is, oh my God, though, those 4 months are going to be genuinely awesome for you. And whatever the cost is going to be for you after that, whatever your local fiat currency is when you buy your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, it's going to be extremely well worth it. However, if you don't feel like you're getting any worthiness of it out of it, if you're only using like Game Pass for that one game, like Halo Infinite or like Forza Horizon, and all the rest of the games you don't care about Game Pass perks or quests or anything, Well, buy those games while you still have Game Pass so you can get a discount. And then you can always convert your Game Pass back to Xbox Live Gold. You can convert. You just have to go into your account settings and change the subscription there. If there's some sort of refund, you'll get the appropriate refund. But we're not trying to pigeonhole you. We want to give you the options, but I'm telling you, when you take advantage of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and you start using cloud gaming and all these other things and all these new games that are coming out just this year, and you're not going to have to spend any more money, just give it a few months.
Yeah. Look, much like the Windows 11 upgrade conversation, do you know a lot of people who've got Game Pass Ultimate and then decided it wasn't worth their value? It was like, it's just incredibly valuable. People love Game Pass Ultimate.
It would be people deciding, I no longer want to play video games.
Yeah, right. Honestly.
That would be the impulse.
Yeah. Game Pass Ultimate is awesome. Whether you're on a PC, on your phone, or on a console, it's awesome.
I have friends that are dedicated PC gamers, and they're all into Steam and all these other third party, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Yep. But when Game Pass and PC Game Pass came about and it became that much more like robust,
valuable. Yeah.
It's like a lot of them are like, well, I'm just going to stop buying games and start, and really justifying like, okay, if I want this game forever and never have to worry about coming off of a carousel, then I'll buy it.
Absolutely. At a discount because I have Game Pass.
Exactly. Yeah.
You guys, we really talked about stuff.
We solved the world today.
We solved the world.
The
was on
world.
fire and we solved
We solved it.
22 minutes
mailbag,
in.
nothing left.
So everyone out there, we want to do more of this. We want you to send your comments in. So whether you're watching us on YouTube, you're seeing our TikToks fly by, you're checking us out on Facebook groups, send up your comments. We will be harvesting this stuff every couple weeks and looking for some questions that need further elaboration or whatever concerns you may have. In fact, if you want to say in your comment, please answer this on the podcast. We will definitely look for that and do that. And we have a lot of rewards to offer for anyone who does that. A lot of amazing gifts. I can think of one off the top of my head. We're raffling off a kudos from Kyle, and he'll do it in a Michael Caine impression. We're raffling off a kudos from Kyle, and he'll do it in a Barney the dinosaur impression. We're raffling off another kudos from Kyle, and he'll do that in a this is a big one though. He'll do this in the Queen Elizabeth II impression, but done by Olivia Colman from the latest season of The Crown. So we have a lot of gifts to raffle off, and we are looking forward to seeing who those winners are. Very excited. So
I've got vocal warm-ups to go do, I guess.
Yeah,
Very
it's
nice.
got a lot of work to do.
Oh,
Record the greeting on your answering machine.
Thank you so much for your time. This has been fun. I hope we do more of this soon. That was 20 minutes. It flew by. I hope any of it was good. Maybe it was good. Maybe we just need
We'll let the people decide.
Fade out before they make an opinion.
Maybe we hit it out of the park. Goodbye, everybody. Till next time. This has been the Microsoft Megabyte Podcast, a training tool for Microsoft field team members and sales professionals across the country, produced by Microsoft employees.